What's up, guys? I figure this is probably a prime time to tell you guys not to eat this meatball. It's a bad meatball. You don't want to be eating this meatball. It will kill you. Don't press yes. Press no. It's a bad meatball. Well, it's actually an endgame enemy, and you can handle it when you're around level 32 or whatever, but don't eat the meatball. What's up, guys? Hanta here, and we are going to get some recording done today in NEStalgia. So there has apparently been a tiny bit of lag today, but I think we're gonna try and dodge most of that. And in my previous videos, there was problems with skipping after battles and during the inn and whatever. And I think I've got that fixed, but it kind of freezes when I'm healing and stuff like that on the last image instead of going to a black screen like the actual game. If you guys end up trying out this game, then you'll see that. Whatever. But anyways, continuing. We're going to do some questing here in Balzacia today. So first, let's go here. This is Mildred's daughter, so we can finish that quest from NR. My mother hasn't visited in ages. In fact, she doesn't even know that I'm married. Perhaps that is actually for the best. Alright, so finish, and we get heartbreak. I can't let my mother see me with a man like my drunken fool of a husband. Please, you must help me deliver this letter to him so that he knows never to return. He's still locked up in the Balzacian dungeon, but it would mean the world to me if you could find some way to sneak the letter to him. So we're going to accept that, and that is a sneak quest, a wonderful, lovely sneak quest that everyone hates. Let's see. And then we've got this guy. He looks like he's going to a funeral or something. Borrowing the king's booze. I'm a moron. I forgot. Oh, he's having his anniversary. So we need to find the royal wine in the castle. That quest is super easy, and definitely first thing when you get to a town, you want to do these easy quests first off so you can get the experience and get a high level so you can handle the monsters outside more easily. It makes it a lot easier to grind. Oh, this is the mean quest guy, I think, but right now we are going to look for the king's booze, which, if I'm correct, is in the walls in here somewhere. Is it here? Yeah, there we go. Here it is. And it's in a chest right down here. I don't think there's any other secrets in here. There might be, but I can't remember. Lord Balzac's personal wine. Yeah, no walls here. Alright, so now we can go back and turn in that quest. There's a guy in the chat talking to me about anime. I watch a lot of anime, if you guys didn't know. Let's see. And he's down in this building, and we can turn that in and get some free experience and reputation. I don't know if he has another quest for us. Oh, he does. 100 reputation, 80 experience, 40 gold, nice. And the anniversary surprise. The item shop in town used to sell silver earrings that my wife loves. Should you happen to find a pair somewhere, I'll make it worth your while. So you definitely want to accept this quest before you continue on with the main quest, because it's partly linked to the main quest, and I don't know if you can get the item, the silver earrings, without accepting the quest first. So I think we should probably go and do the main quest now, but first off, over here, oh, what is this guy doing? He's got a blinking red or green, whatever. That looked kind of glitchy. Anyways, this is your bank. I don't know if I said this in last episode, but you got the item bank here. Here we go. I've got a bunch of stuff from my other characters. I don't know. Let's use... I don't think any of these are empty for me. You have to purchase extra bank boxes. You know what? Let's use this one as our box for this account. I'll empty this out later. And then this is your bank, which is also across all your characters. So I've got 86,000 whatever. I'm going to go ahead and deposit all this gold. I'm not going to abuse that too much in this playthrough, but there are certain things. Whoa, everyone's blinking green today. and this is the monster ranch in Balzacia. So I think we were using box 4. I got a Turwasp at one point. I can't remember if I told you guys. I also got a monk. I think I'd prefer using Blueberry though, because he uses rage instead of mana or MP. The micro monks use MP like the red slime, and I just don't like that runs out really quickly. So you know what, we're gonna try and do the sneak quest this episode. It's really frustrating, and if I mess up, I'm just gonna skip back to where we messed up. And it's especially hard if the game is deciding to lag. So basically, you can't stand in front of these guys, so any distance in front of them, and you can't be within a block of them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stand right here, wait for it, and now we can start following behind him. You have to be really careful. I don't think and watch out for this corner, because that counts as within a block of him, because if you're in anywhere within that 3x3 space around him, then he'll detect you. So it's really best to stay 2 spaces behind him for these corners and stuff. So now we can go downstairs, and this is where we get to the fun part of the sneak quest. So what you're going to want to do, I think, I'm just going to go in here to be safe, because it's been a long time since I've played this, but you're going to have to end up sneaking into this room at some point. You have to wait for just the right moment. We probably could have gone in there right now, but we're going to go ahead and go on the back way. When he's walking this way, we're going to try and hurry and sneak over there. This guy who patrols on the side here is super dangerous too. You really have to watch out for him. And now we can go. We got to hurry though. Oh, we just barely made that. So now when he comes back over here and starts walking back, that's when we'll go this way. But only if this guy is in the right place, because these two aren't completely in sync. And if you try and step out of this room at the wrong time, see, look, he's looking directly over here, and that's not a good time for us. I think actually this is the rotation that works though, because by the time he passes us, this guy's turned around. You have to go into this side room, and alright, we just gotta wait a bit more, and alright, let's start following him. Oh crud, I accidentally held down the key too long. So this is what happens. You're in a restricted area, guards escort him out, and you go to the beginning of the castle. So I'm gonna cut the recording right now and skip until I get past that guy. This takes so long. Okay, so I made it to this room. It's basically just gotta follow behind him and stand here, and let's go quickly. And we can make it all the way over here, and our objective is right there, so we're super close. We just gotta wait for this guy to go past this door. Oh man, this is one of the most hated quests in the game. I don't remember if there's another sneak quest later on, but this is definitely excruciating, mostly because they move so slow. Oh, I do remember there is another sneak quest later, and it might be required, and it's even worse than this. It's got a lot of blind turns or whatever, but whatever, it's not a big deal. Alright, so public drunkenness. Since when is public drunkenness a crime in Balzacia? So we can finish that now. Praise the moon, I'm finally rid of that woman. Awesome. 90 experience, that's really good. I think we're done with this guy. Nothing else. Alright, and the last thing that you definitely need to get before leaving this room, if you've got a sharp eye, you'll notice that right here the shadow on the bricks is a bit thicker than over here, and that means, bam, secret room! Some people might want to save this quest for later when you get the magic key, I think this is. Yes, the magic key you don't get until later in the game. This key, the reforged, it's not out yet. It's probably going to be coming out in the next update, which will be coming when it's launched on Steam, if I had to guess, probably. So you open the chest here, you get the hidden cap of the DSF in DSF. In this chest is the hidden robe of the DSF, and they have a set bonus, a really nice set bonus of 2 defense, 1 agility, and 1 intelligence. So right now the cap just has 1 defense and 1 agility. I think our slime hat, our slime hat is better, so we're probably just going to store this in the bank for now. but it's definitely worth it to keep that hat. Keep it in your bank until you can get the hidden robe of the DSF. It's definitely good for caster classes, but anyone can equip it. And now, just to get out, the easiest thing to do is just get caught. Just barge out into the hallway and run into a guard. In there. So we're done in there. I think. Alright, so the last thing for us to do is to, in the castle at least, is to do the next part of the main quest. So I am going to go ahead and store this in here. Oh, hey, look, I have a character die. I found on one of my other characters, I guess, a golden die. I don't know if I want that though. I kind of want. I wish that there's no yellow hair dye. I don't think. If there was, I would probably get that to make my bow yellow. I wish I'd chosen yellow for the bow now. And there's a purple dye in this town actually. If you're a member, which I think will cost $15 in the future. If you're a member, you can buy dyes from this guy. You know what? I'm going to show you that right now before we go on with the main quest. He's not that hard to find. Here's your shops up here. This guy sells both armor and weapons. This guy sells your potions and etc. This is the player market where you can list items and stuff. You can list them at increments of 100 gold. Definitely a lot of high-end gear is sold in here, but you have to be careful with what you're buying because you don't know if it's overpriced or whatever. So here's the guy who sells the members only items. I think all these are members only. If it has a little smiley face here, that means it's members only. Outside crystal, that uses the spell outside, which puts you at the beginning of a cave basically. I was talking about that in I think episode 5 maybe. Purple rain dye though, this is what I want. It costs 500. That's really easy. We can just get that out of the bank. And it turns us purple, but I really wish I could make my bow yellow. I think I need to find a very expensive item later on, or not very expensive, but it's a rare drop later on that lets you reset your appearance, and I can use that to change my hair to the default yellow color. But as it stands, there's no yellow hair dye, I think. So we're just gonna go ahead and talk to this guy who is Captain Malek. Those without proper security clearance are not allowed on the upper floor. What's this? Crussus, funny you should ask. We're trying to find him as well. Follow me, I'll introduce you to King Balzac. Oh, so we get to meet the king. And, oh, did we ever turn? Oh, no, that's the anniversary surprise, sorry. Finish. And here we go. 3 rescue parties lost. 3, what am I paying for? These soldiers... Alright, you know what, I completely messed it up. They were in the catacombs, I guess. But sir, you don't pay them! I love this game. And there we are. My liege, I have met someone who may be able to help us. Vihanta has come to Balzacia in search for Crussus. You look expendable. This game is awesome. Crussus was last seen entering some sort of portal deep within the catacombs. Undead abominations have been pouring out of that portal for weeks now. We can't get anywhere near it. So that boss is super hard. Retrieve Crussus from beyond the portal and you might be worth my time. Until then, get out of my sight. Alright, so we've got to go rescue Crussus from the catacombs or whatever. But that quest is it's a bit out of our range right now, and honestly I'd like to party with a wizard before I do it, or a conjurer. Conjurers are cool too, but definitely a wizard or a conjurer is almost, not quite, but almost required for that boss fight. If you have a wizard or conjurer you can party with, or if you are a wizard or conjurer, conjurers, I'll remind you, are membership only classes. That makes that battle a bajillion times easier. You can probably take it on a level 12 with one of those classes. Without one of those classes, you're probably gonna have to wait till like level 15 or something, which is quite a big gap. I definitely remember my first time grinding with this game. I made a buddy, another ranger. We were grinding until like level 15 or 16 before we managed to beat that thing for our first time, because we didn't have a wizard or anything with us. It might have just been us too, but we might have... No, we had a cleric with us too. But anyways, before you go down to the catacombs, it's definitely worth giving this little hut in the forest a visit. And up north of the castle of Balzacia or whatever, the town, you'll start finding these cougars, I think they are, or something. Yeah, cougar, and they can inflict bleed on you, which is, I think, it's one of the first statuses you can have inflicted on you in this game. And bleed is not curable by any sort of ability, if I remember correctly. Maybe an item. I think I mentioned that in the past episode too. So, if you remember from last episode, I said you want to definitely take out these Megamoths first, though, because their Seer ability will attack all your party members, and they use that a ton. So, and afterwards, sludges are probably your lowest priority enemies to take out. You don't really care about them. They're not that hard. They just have higher HP than the other ones, I think. But the cougars are definitely worth. You might want to target those pretty early as well. Hopefully that poison will... Oh no, you didn't take it out. They have around 28 health if I'm correct, and I think sludges have around 33. Megamoths probably around 26. These are all... This isn't for sure. That's just a educated guess based on the long hours I've put into this. So we've got a new track playing here. Let's take a second to appreciate that. This cool little mysterious thing up there looks like a forest entrance or something, and here we've got a lady who wants to give us 2 quests. Acheron's Awakening? I don't know how to pronounce that. So Delilah, there is a rare flower that grows in the maze woods that I may be able to use to cure Acheron, whatever, that guy right there. The problem is that the flower can only be found in the lair of the monster Procrastor. Worse, I have no idea how to even find it. Maybe someone in Balzacia can give you directions. So, we didn't accept that quest, did we? Accept it, and then a repsicle a day. With Acheron's being sick, we haven't had anyone hunting for food. If you venture into the forest, could you bring back the meat from some repsicles from your adventure? Repsicle is an enemy you'll encounter in this forest that's of the ice element, and I think that's one of the first elemental enemies that you have to deal with, and as a wizard it's definitely helpful to have fire here. You'll do a ton more damage if you use fire spells, but I think as a wizard you can only end up aligning with a single element, and near the middle of the game there's a huge volcano dungeon and you will be pretty much screwed over then. So a big part about using a wizard, you have to be careful about which element you choose. But anyways, Procrastor and the Repsicles will have to wait until next episode, because I have a friend, or I'm just acquainted with him, but somebody has asked me to record the boss battle with me. So we're going to work together to face Procrastor, and that'll be next episode, so stay tuned. And thank you for watching. If you liked it, leave a like down below. And if you have any sort of feedback, if you want to party with me for one of these bosses like a friend did or asked me to in one of the last episodes, then just go ahead and leave it down in the comments. And anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.